Good morning. I am incredibly hungover right now. Um, but I'm trying to power through it. Otherwise, I will lose my momentum that I've had the last week or so. It was my friend's birthday last night. Went out. Said I wasn't going to drink. I ended up drinking. And now I'm suffering. It's been an interesting morning. Last night, I think, somehow, some way, my contacts, I think I took them out and then threw them away. And then I think I forgot that I did that. And then last night I distinctly remember being in front of the mirror being like, why are my contacts not coming out of my eye? And I think it's because they're gone. They are down the drain probably. And so then today I went to pull out some contacts because I pulled out a new pair, and I've had broken glasses for the last, I want to say year and a half. My glasses have been broken. And so I've just been wearing contacts every day, which I hate because at nighttime, once I do my face, skin routine and everything, I can't do anything. I just have to sleep, which maybe not be the worst thing instead of watching TV all night, but it's been irritating because I have to wear contacts. If I have a headache, it doesn't matter. I have to wear contacts. I don't have glasses. And I go in, I'll pull out the bag to pull out more contacts, and I pull out my empty glasses cases, except for clearly they weren't empty. These are scratched up and they're a little irritating, but I have glasses now. Oh my goodness. I cannot sometimes with myself. I responsibly will put things somewhere, and then I think for so long I was told that I was lazy and I was just incompetent rather than oh, Rashi, no, you just have slight ADHD or you have anxiety or depression, which means you don't have the energy for certain things and certain things get put away. Or no, Rashi, it's just normal. As human beings, you have so much information in your brain, sometimes things get lost. You're not lazy. I think I'm so used to that narrative that I just always trust that I don't know what I'm doing, instead of being no, maybe I just made a mistake, or I put that in there when I first moved out here, so maybe I don't remember that. That is okay. But yeah, I have glasses again. This is a really exciting development. I don't think anybody could emotionally understand how I'm feeling right now. I'm just so excited that I have glasses again. So I'm gonna do my hair while I'm talking because I have some life updates since I posted last for my valuable audiences of 5 people. I was gonna talk about mindset, which has been so crazy. It has shifted so much objectively. I was watching my old vlogs from December, and just what type of woe is me bullshit did I do back then. I literally think I was just life is just so hard. Why does all this stuff happen to me? And it's so sad. And I was just sitting there doing that all the time. And it's crazy because scarier shit has happened this month. And I genuinely think it happened, one, because Mercury was Gatorating. It's so funny. I never used to believe in that kind of stuff, and now I'm starting to, because I literally think it's crazy. So the first or second day of Mercury retrograde, I got laid off. And then there's been a couple other things that have been happening just as Mercury retrograde went on that really tested my new mindset of everything is going to be okay. When I got laid off, obviously I was very upset and kind of overwhelmed. What happened was I found out I got laid off, called to tell my parents and my friends, and then post haste took a nap because I think I was so overwhelmed. One, I was very burnt out anyways, but I think I was so overwhelmed that I just shut down, which is wild. But this last month, I think, has taught me some things about myself that I already knew, but I didn't know how to take action on them. One is my lack of self-worth. It's been so funny, as I've always thought that I had a lot of self-worth, and I was like, you know what, even if I don't like love myself, at least I respect myself. But I genuinely don't know if I actually did. I don't know if I ever was like, no, Rashi, you deserve to be treated well, or you deserve to be paid well, or you deserve to be... Oh, Popo's coming. Nope. My windows are open because I don't want to turn the AC on. So yeah, I like genuinely don't think I ever did. I think I just like had a little bit of self-respect, but like very little. So, because every situation where my emotions were involved, whether it's the fact that like I cared about my job or I cared about a person, I would like come around and make excuses and then treat myself poorly in the long run. So I think this month has been my lesson in all of that, is just like, nobody else is standing by you. You are the only person standing by yourself, and so you have to have self-respect. The other thing that this whole journey of being laid off and dealing with all these emotions this last month has taught me is I suck at managing my money. I already knew this, but it really put that in the forefront this past month of like, everything has to be measured. And if I had done that when I had money, I wouldn't be so worried now that I don't. I'm looking for jobs, obviously. I'm not just like sitting here curling my hair. But I genuinely, it was something I already knew, but it's just something that like I'm setting up habits now, because I'm like, now I'm sick and tired, and I'm tired of living this life where I'm like playing on defense, where something has to happen and then I learn all these lessons. Like, this is going to be my lesson, and I'm going to keep trying to like make these habits moving forward. I want the habits of self-control and discipline, because the issue is not that I'm a spendthrift or I like expensive things. The problem is that I don't have self-control, and I don't have discipline. So instead of making food, I would order food. And now that I can't order food, I have to make food, which is setting up those habits, at least, even if it's out of like dire need. It's also figuring out, because I don't love cooking, what things I can make that are low energy, that won't take up too much of my time, so I don't have to worry about what's it called? I don't have to worry about expending all of the energy I have in a day on just cooking. So it's been an interesting journey, and interesting like learning how to balance all of that, because also I can't, just go from A to Z overnight. So that's a few things. The job hunt is so difficult. It is so easy to be demoralized, thinking that like, nobody wants you, what you aren't like, why don't people recognize your value and your worth and all this other stuff. The other thing I struggle with is the fact that I don't have a degree. I never finished college. I stopped after a while because I started working full time, and I was doing really well at my job at the time, so I didn't need to have my degree because I was doing well regardless. Also, I want to be an actress, and a degree doesn't necessarily make a difference in that front, which means that at the time it didn't make sense. I actually really, really like school. I love writing papers, doing research. I love reading textbooks. I have textbooks still from college that I still read. Like, I will go back and reference them and read them. I'm actually a huge nerd, which is interesting because when I got to college and I was struggling with my mental health, I thought that I had just become stupid, not realizing I was severely depressed and therefore could not process information. But now that I'm looking for jobs, because, acting is something I'm trying to pursue, but it's been something that's been a struggle for me because I haven't had the financial security since I moved out here. Not for any other reason other than the fact that I have made some poor choices. But because of that, I feel like I sometimes get pulled out of the running for jobs because I don't have a degree. I think that I am fully capable. I have a lot of life experience and work experience that would prove me probably even, I would argue, maybe even more knowledgeable and worth more than my colleagues. But I do think that I sometimes get overlooked because of my lack of a degree, which really sucks and it's really sad. And the one thing that I have been trying to manifest and speak into existence is the fact that when the time comes that somebody does hire me beyond the fact that I didn't finish my 4-year degree, but I have a lot of work experience, I was working that entire time. I started working when I was 14. Like, I have a lot of life and work experience. I'm hoping, and I'm speaking into existence, and this is actually true, it will happen, is when the time comes for someone to hire me, they will see my worth beyond that and actually see who I am and what my value is. So that is what we're working on right now. The other thing is that I am not a healthy person. I used to eat a lot of crap. When I would order food all the time, it would always be junk food. And while I still, to this day, will not do the whole calorie counting stuff, whenever I go on a diet, it is always for the purpose of disciplining me to cook and watch, like, not order junk food. That is literally the sole purpose. Even when I did keto, I was not doing a great job counting my macros, but the idea of doing keto forced me to cook, forced me to not eat junk food, and forced me to be mindful of having a balanced diet. So I'm still not there as a person. I'm not going to do the whole calorie counting stuff. However, I think it is really important the way I worry about my parents, or I worry about my friends or my family. My biggest fear in life is losing people. And now that I kind of value myself more too, I'm noticing that, like, hey, if I'm caring about these people, they probably care about me too, and I care about me, and I want to live a long and healthy life, which means I need to make changes. I need to start being more active. I need to start taking care of my physical health, and I need to start taking care of my mental health so it doesn't manifest itself physically. My last job, I was feeling so burnt out and I was feeling so undervalued. I was very confused as to why I was being told my performance wasn't up to par, but I didn't have the ability to ask because my numbers showed success, but the words that I was being told were not. So it's just very interesting to be in that situation where you kind of get put to a point where your body is literally telling you that, like, rejecting your environment because it's not healthy. And I am really, really, really trying to make sure that now, no matter what anyone else says, no matter what anyone else does, I keep my environment healthy for me, because again, I want to live a long and healthy and happy life. So that's kind of where I'm at in life. It's been really interesting. I've been putting small habits in my daily routine. When I wake up, I have a morning routine that I follow, that I like to religiously follow, that gets me a start on my day. I like having my hair done in the morning. I don't do makeup every day because it's not good for your skin, but I'm like, if my hair is done, then I feel good and I can get a start on my day and be productive. I'm trying to balance all of the different things. I'm looking for corporate jobs, but I'm also looking for restaurant jobs right now so I can start making some money. I am trying to figure out all the side hustle life, because you got to have multiple incomes in this day and age. I don't know if it's possible as a human being to have it all, social, like, have your social life, have time with your friends and family, have money, follow your dreams, all of those things. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if that's just like a dream we're being sold as a part of hustle culture. But the one thing I do know is that I sure as hell am gonna try. I'm going to try my best to be, the best version of myself. I'm amazing, but I can always do better, and that is the goal. So yeah, we're gonna keep trying to vlog. My first instinct was to shame myself and be like, oh, Rashi, you always say you're gonna vlog and then you leave it and come back to it. I'm like, no, that's okay. I'm a human being. I'm gonna make mistakes, and all of these mistakes are gonna lead me to a point where I'll learn and I will be able to do better, which is where I'm at right now, is that I want to do better, and I will do better. And I'm going to create a life for myself now that is sustainable, that has good habits in it, where there's a lot of self-love and a lot of self-worth. And I learn from my mistakes, because I can't go back and change them, unfortunately. I wish I could. But I can go back and, see that, hey, I can go back to a vlog where I'm crying and have terrible mental health and feeling not worth it and feeling alone when like small things were happening in my life, and to a vlog now where I've had a life altering thing happen to me, and I'm not going to sit here and go, woe is me, oh my god, why does this stuff happen to me? No, it happened for a reason, and it's only bringing me to bigger and better things. So that's that. And my hair is done enough for me to be okay with starting my day. Good morning.